Well then,
And audio
welcome
is
back.
live.
Oh, okay, now it is. Welcome back, everyone, to the next session of Here Be Dragons. Out of curiosity, who will be giving us a recap today?
I think that would be Ruford.
That's right, because you were not here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got all you. So, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Alright, good. So, yeah, so, beginning of the session, we all woke up, long rest was had. Deal. Corvus goes out to see if he can see campfires to know how far away the other people are. One's about a day's travel away. Very good. So we decided, hey, we got some stuff from this dungeon. Let's head back, get prepared for other stuff we gotta get prepared with. Fuck this dungeon. But then I was like, book. Everyone's like, I don't know. She's like, but book. So we decide, look at book.
Begrudgingly.
From 100 feet away. You follow magic until we open the last page. Skull comes out. Oh no. It's gibbering to itself. Again, oh no. Lessla starts talking to it using mimicry. He's afraid. It doesn't seem to remember things. That it was an apprentice and it has friends. Lessla does a cartwheel up to the creature. And you learn it was from Oststone, a small town outside Tathir. Lessla holds out that weird soul thing, that weird partially complete phylactery we found ages ago. And it agrees to hop inside it, and it does so for a little bit. Lessla, when everyone's finished packing up, ready to leave, taps the book. It explodes into a cloud of necrotic vapor. That's towards the keep that we just came out of, and we're going to leave. Hi, and then we'll fly back to the keep as well. Oh no. A cloud forms and it starts to rain. Also, oh no. We decide this is above our pay grade. But then the orb starts talking to us. Apparently, the creature before it became the skull was a woman named Azanora Tresses. It's a bad name because that also is related to Lord June. That was an alias he took many, many years ago. Turns out that the two friends that the skull had mentioned were named Mary and Roman. They were attacked. This woman had a body stolen. So no. Now, hey, I want to go help them. I'm like, alright, fine, we'll go help them. But we're not happy about it. Then Lessla wanted to see if she could do more magic shit, and then she got possessed for her efforts. She's still possessed, but now she's in control. We're making our way to the keep now. God fucking damn it.
I imagine Sapphire and Corvus shared an exasperated glance of like,
Of course, this
why
is
wait?
It's his whole
So,
thing.
Well, Sapphire tried to share an exchange.
Before y'all do decide to go to the keep, you are not being forced to do that. You can always tell the spirit inside Lessla no. What it wants to do doesn't mean that you have to follow it.
I think the issue with that is that Lesla's like hardly giving us a choice. It's like, all right, we're doing this.
I never said anything one way or the other.
Simply, Corvus is doing this because he wants to end this possession. If she was still in the orb, that's different, but now she's possessing someone. And from what we know, possession isn't good for the person possessed.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know, Lessla could be sleeping one night and she decides, okay, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to jump off a cliff and kill your friend.
Just making sure.
Then I'll possess every single one of you and kill you as well if you don't do this. Ghosts are evil. Ghosts are bad, especially ghosts that have a purpose.
Jesus
Regardless.
Christ, Ruford.
Look. We've all been
It sounds
ghosts.
like you're speaking from experience, and that's concerning.
I just know how to play ghosts, okay?
Regardless,
I'm concerned for Wednesday then.
regardless, just want to make sure that was apparent. You
So we
do not have to if it's not something you don't want to
we
do.
don't have to.
Yep.
But it's certain factors mean that we are compelled. But to get rid of this, maybe I'll let this thing pass on as well.
All right.
Here's hoping.
So then we come back into this with Lessla having just regained control of her body. The other individual, she's still in the back of your head. You can still feel her there. You can still hear her. Well, hear. Quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
You are surrounded by a veil, a Zarfea, and I assume, very angry Cheese.
Very angry, very concerned Cheese, looking Lessla up and down. Lady Silverster?
Yeah, it says I.
We're getting rid of that thing. Cheese has just made a decision.
She is not a thing.
Oh, she very much is, and we're getting rid of it.
Lessla, seeing no point in arguing semantics at this point, will say,
I'll call it a...
and how do you suppose we do that?
I don't know, but it's going to get done. I had those conditions on from like 2 sessions ago.
I see. Alright. Is there anything else anyone wishes to do?
Cheese is not in a right mind to talk about this right now.
Alright.
Well,
Let's just make sure all the camp equipment is you can move it to the keep because otherwise.
I will help with that.
So there is a half temptation from the player, not from Corvus, because Corvus is petty. To leave Lesla's here. He decides against it, but I decide against it because Corvus wouldn't do that. Anyway.
yep. Well, I guess forward ho. Which point, Lessla just going to try and maintain her mask. I have a feeling that my passenger is very much aware of Lesla's internal feelings.
You don't know. You haven't tried to see if you can feel hers.
I have gotten flashes of memories from her, I believe.
A bit of it when you focused on her spell. But otherwise, that hasn't been something you've attempted to do.
Yeah, Leslie will attempt to have a mental conversation talking about the different things, different magics that she happened to have known as a 100-year-old elf.
Okay. Do you want to have that in character, or
No,
is that just narrative?
Narrative. I don't.
Okay.
I think we have something that we're trying to do.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and move the map back over to the dungeon. That is where y'all are.
Much appreciated.
I don't see my token.
Should all have control of your tokens.
Yep.
I do.
Oh, there's mine.
Alright. So it is up to you. Where would you like to go?
Where would this miasma have gone?
Problem is, I took us up here. And this place already radiating fucking.
Yeah.
So
The vibes are already off.
I could attempt a survival check. I don't think I'd get anything.
So
Vibes are already off this
one
place.
thing I will point out for you, upon going back in, this whole area looks a lot more decrepit and run down than it did. Things are much more cracked and brittle looking, and you can see that the pool basket has drained down quite a bit.
How much is quite a bit?
So you see about, I think I said it was about 5 foot drop down.
Possibly.
It's now about a 15-foot drop down.
Jesus.
That's a lot of water.
So many
Regardless,
gallons.
Regardless, there's still acid there, so we're not going anywhere.
There
with
is. But you think if you focus, you might be able to see the bottom? It's hard to tell.
I can't.
Yeah, you know.
That's with dark vision.
Do we want to try even looking down at the bottom? I mean, I guess if there's going to be a clue potentially down there.
And this is where the first experiment comes in. Does Zalinor still have her dark vision in her soul form?
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. I'm just.
You do not have dark vision.
I know. I'm not saying I. Does Zalinora?
I mean,
You guys are sharing a body. Humans don't have dark vision, is where my mind's going with that.
she's not acting like she can see anything more than you can.
All right.
If you choose to ask her, she will tell you, no, she can't, and it's actually very unsettling.
Hey, so Corvus has been in derelict, that's the one. Derelict ruins before. Chances of this thing coming down on top of us?
Slim to none.
Good.
Well, we got that going for us at least.
Like, if you start setting off, like, explosions in here, that might change, but from what you can tell, this place is still solid. But there is a layer of dust that was not here.
Fire.
Just don't have explosion spells yet.
I don't blow things up.
I like how everyone was
You
in the
just set
same
fire
mind.
to them.
I like how everyone was in the same mindset and just like all out of character look towards Lessla.
You know what's really funny? Lesla's not gonna have very many explosive spells, so fuck all of you.
Excuse me for remembering the time you decided it'd be a great idea to light a fire with firebolt.
Because that's one of the uses of firebolt. I didn't have create bonfire at the time.
Precipitation.
Regardless, it is up to you where you all wish to go.
I guess I will try to see if there's any sort of clue in the bottom without going over.
Roll me a perception check.
Yep.
You're in my knife's area of light, you will not have disadvantage.
Okay. So, looking down into it, you can see a very clear crack running from here, and it goes all the way across to about here.
So,
And you can see faint bubbles rising from it,
like that?
Yep. basically.
Little
If you had to
bubble.
guess, that's where the acid is draining from to.
I'll stop with the bubbles. That's going to take too long.
Hmm.
Well, there's a giant crack here,
Hmm.
and it's definitely draining
Well,
slowly.
my hypothesis is that the book was somehow maintaining the structure, with its no longer stabilized by the demi-lich inside. It was beginning to lose its powers, and after its destruction, it is no longer capable of sustaining such a chaotic structure.
I guess everyone is moving on this way.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't really have any other clues other than that's draining, and the pit's probably getting filled with acid as well. Who knows?
Cheese is just keeping her eye out, and yeah.
Corvus is
So is
check.
Sapphire. Hang on, how long does fucking what's it called last? How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
Oh, if you come.
An hour.
An hour.
It's I would 10
I
minutes.
think, anyways.
Yeah, Corvus is just any alcove we go past. Corvus just goes in and thoroughly checks.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me.
An
It
hour.
would be investigation.
Okay.
One for each of these.
If you want,
Good.
I will assist.
That's for this one. Oh, okay. So for this one.
21 for that one.
So you notice a loose brick on the wall.
Oh, jeez.
This presses the brick.
Is it? No, is it a trap?
You push the brick. The brick doesn't budge when you push it.
Hold the brick.
You pull it out, and inside you see a small pouch.
I stab into the area a bunch of times with the dagger to make sure nothing's around it.
A few small spiders come scurrying out, but that's it.
Pick up one of the spiders, and I walk over to Cheese, and I hand it to Cheese, and I walk back to the hole.
Cheese acquired random ruin spider. It flails helplessly in your fingers.
Oh no, she's not holding it like that. She's letting it like crawl over her fingers.
It seems very distressed.
Oh, it's all right. It'll be okay.
Then Corvus will switch the blade around because you like a blade with like a sword, right? So it has like a little crossguard.
Yeah.
He flips it around as he's holding the blade and uses the crossguard to slide the pouch out.
Is not large enough to fit in there and slide out the pouch. It is too large, rather.
Okay, I'll put my hand in then.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can mage hand.
No.
Okay, you reach your hand in and pull out a pouch. It is a gray leather pouch. Looks pretty old. You can feel something inside of it.
I shake it up and down.
You hear the clack clack of rocks.
Put it away from me and open it.
Nothing happens when you open it.
Don't
So
worry.
literally put it back towards myself. I'm not an idiot.
So inside, you can blatantly see 5 various gemstones sitting inside.
Look, after my players poured out a bag of beans instantly, I'm a bit scarred.
You know, the check was this is the whole way in your face. Like looks at it, closes the pouch up, and will just put it into his pocket.
So those are gemstones. Each gemstone is worth 50 gold pieces.
So 5 of those.
There are 5. There are 2 sapphires, an emerald, a ruby, and a diamond.
Is that a chromatic orb diamond?
That's 100 gold.
Is it 100 gold for chromatic orb?
Okay, so what was it again?
2
Sapphire and
rubies,
emerald.
Okay.
sapphire, an emerald, and a diamond. Yes.
2 rubies. Sapphire. Emerald. And diamond. Each worth 50 gold. And I've got a pouch of gems. Okay. Good. And yet Corvus does this all wordlessly. He does not speak.
Yeah.
Then
Just
returns
watching
back
with a raised eyebrow.
and then keeps walking. And then he gets to this room. And he crouches. Because this room had stuff in it originally.
Yep.
And he doesn't know if things have essentially like, hey, everything you killed, well, it's undead, so it just came back to life again. I'm gonna.
I
It's
think
okay.
the joke was
Gonna what?
Warcraft respawn.
We slept at a campfire, so it'll work.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stealth. That's okay, Shadow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a check.
Not great for me.
You feel stealthy.
Yeah. So stealthy.
I mean, we probably should be stealthing because we don't know where those things are hiding. So I am going
I
to
also feel stealthy.
follow suit. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I am invisible somehow.
We're not.
I know I'm not.
You feel stealthy, Sapphire.
I would sure as hell hope so with that nat 20.
Are Cheese and Lessla going to stealth or no?
I pressed
Probably
the
the best
button.
idea.
I'm scanning to see if it pops up. Because all of a sudden my computer decided
I was like,
go-
50.
Yeah, last
running
time
at
it didn't work
100%.
out.
Okay, Cheese, you feel stealthy.
Stand on this Eldercrow's feet. Let's see it.
You might need to roll again, Rec.
Yeah, I'm rolling from there. It's a 5. Doesn't particularly matter. I'm a glowing
Okay.
light. I can't stealth if someone looks in my direction.
Yeah, you feel stealthy, Lessla, as stealthy as you can, given the circumstances.
Okay, when I get here, I'm gonna peek around the corner. So, like, hopefully, if there's anything around the corner, they don't
Okay.
see me.
You can just go ahead and move your token there so that you can see, if you'd like.
Okay, fucking. Apparently,
Yeah,
I can't
That's what
see.
you see.
Right? Basically, the same as before there. All right, now is there anything in this little alcove?
Roll me. That will be a investigation check.
Because I said I'm basically doing with every alcohol I pass, I would give you advantage.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, and let me just do that.
You are
again.
technically better than me.
Okay. You don't find anything here. Seems like just a dead end.
And then this was that. Okay, it's another alcove, so I'll do it again.
Advantage.
Take the advantage.
You don't find anything down there. It, once again, seems like just a normal alcove. Just a regular old dead end.
The wall.
Jesus, just
Still being as stealthy as possible.
At least you can be with hooves.
Stealthy as you can be, moving through light.
I mean, the whole thing is when you're a rogue is you have like you only use dim light mostly.
That's a feat.
As a guy who's played a lot of rogue, when you can't see in the dark, you have to rely on dim light because it will lessen those. Often, everything looks the same here, Shadow.
As far as you can tell, yes.
I roll an investigation check to see if everything's the same.
You may.
Go ahead and have advantage unless you want me to roll it.
I think if it's the two of us doing it, the higher one should always do it. That's usually how I roll it.
Alright.
What are you checking specifically? Anything or?
Walls and grates would be probably the.
Walls
I
and
think
grates?
those are
Okay.
like little prison cells, but I'm also checking like the little hatch up here.
So the only thing that was close to a prison cell is this cage over here,
Okay.
for which the door is open.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
calling
no,
that,
everything seems unchanged.
including the hatch that's up here.
Mm-hmm. Including the
somewhere.
hatch up these stairs right in front of you.
Right? Nothing's changed.
Really, it's just a hole all the way up. You just can't see light at the top.
We know it's up there. That was a prison cell.
Anything, Joe?
Hang on. The map is lagging a little bit.
The prison
Go ahead.
cell.
You can roll me an investigation check. I'm gonna stop moving the NPCs until it becomes relevant.
Understandable. I was
Seems
literally-
like just a regular old cell.
I was about to ask if you wanted me to do it.
You can roll.
do it. It's just I can't see. It's just I can't do it.
Alright, so I won't have advantage this time because you've already done it.
Sure.
That works.
Seems like a regular cell.
And then it locks on you.
I will say, it does seem like Corvus is just literally going as quickly as possible. Corvus is going as quickly as possible through these areas. He's like
I mean,
not waiting.
do we want to double check this area first? Where we got the damn book?
We investigated that room thoroughly.
Where the fuck did Corvus? Oh, there he is.
I will
Oh boy.
go into the maze.
Yep. Look, you can't go too fast, so I can,
Is there
you
anything
know.
here, Shadow, in this place?
And you want me to
These
do
are
that
two
with
alcoves.
advantage?
These are two alcoves.
Do you want me to do either of them?
Yes, because I'm doing every alcove we passed.
All right, so I will be doing so as well. So we have the sweet, sweet, beautiful advantage. That's perception. I almost
Because you saw him take a bag, he didn't say anything. It's like,
Yeah, pretty much.
He's just doing
Okay, that's for the shorter, this one, and then the second one,
Just a regular old dead end.
random dead end. Okay, and then this next one will be for that one.
Again, your regular run-of-the-mill dead end.
Has the wall structures here become less stable? Like they're more cracked? and
He said that it seems more
Are they
cracked.
They
looking
look
more
old
sterile?
and they are covered in a layer of dust that they were not before.
Oh, fun. Cheese is going off on their own.
Anything
She's
you're
just
doing,
poking her head in.
Cheese. Okay.
she is staying pretty far behind the others, though, I will say.
Now Leslie's going off on their own.
We know this fruit. Alcove.
All right,
Alcoves.
this one's for the one going up. Oh, nothing was there. And this
Seems like your random run-of-the-mill dead end.
and this one's for the one straight ahead.
Again, seems like your run-of-the-mill dead end.
There's another alcove down here, so we're going south this time. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Hi.
Run-of-the-mill dead end.
So
The
we go
sad
down here.
face of a nat 20. Where the fuck did you go? Okay, there you
Up here.
are. Alright, and then
There's a-
this alcove.
That's alcove here.
This is riveting.
Welcome to what actually dungeon crawling looks like.
Okay. Oh, so that one. Let me
This
know.
one.
Anyone else who wants to roll anything, let me know. So
don't
this
know
one
where-
all
And I
the
will
way-
say, while I'm looking for things out of place or new things that I didn't notice before, I'm also looking for traps.
while
Okay.
they're running around
so,
doing that, I'm ritually
Cheese,
casting
where
detect
did you
magic.
go?
I don't know where anybody is.
Hang on.
Ping anywhere.
Where?
Ping
I am
and-
right here.
okay. Where the fuck is
Let me fix
Lessla?
that. Go ahead and move you
Thank
all over
you.
here.
Although honestly, Cheese being further behind than everyone else and getting lost makes a little bit of sense.
I feel like Boy would at least stay with you.
Okay.
He picks up on people, yeah.
But so Sapphire, as you look down here, everything seems normal until you look up.
Up?
No one ever thinks to look up. You look up, and there's a crack in the ceiling up there. And there's something twinkling in it.
Does it look like acid for some reason?
No, looks kind of like very clear glass.
Okay. Are there raptors for me to kind of climb into?
As you look, there are actually little notches on this pedestal here that you can kind of climb up.
Okay. And no traps, right?
You don't see any.
Okay.
Was just like
So
a
Sapphire
ground.
will say, all right, wait here. She's going to go over here, try to climb up to get the...
I will ready my action to capture. She falls.
Okay. So
I appreciate
up there, you see a little twinkling, very clear, very transparent stone, kind of wedged up in the ceiling crack.
that. Okay. What do I have to do to grab it? And are there any traps here? I should ask first.
You don't see any.
Any natural hazards?
You don't see any.
Okay. What do I need to do in order to free this little transparent stone?
Just pull it out.
Cool, I will do so. Do I recognize what kind of stone it is?
It is a brilliant diamond,
Ooh.
sparkling and glittering in the palm of your hand.
Damn.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you eat it.
As you hold it, you can feel a faint buzzing, like a tingling sensation. So, kind of like what you feel during a electrical storm.
Okay. What would I have to roll to figure out why it's buzzing?
Well, you really have no idea.
Okay.
Where the fuck did you guys go while I was casting Detect Magic?
We went to alcove.
They're
That's
still
the
in the
alcove.
maze.
Okay.
I moved you over there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you were right here, Rick. You were right there.
Yeah, you were
Right
right
there.
here, and then you suddenly moved all the way back through the things.
Yeah, so that's the Roll20 ping, because I was moving my character around, trying to figure out where they went, and I guess we moved my character at the same time.
I guess so.
Okay,
Oh,
so
there they are.
There you go.
Ooh.
so I will climb down carefully.
This is a diamond worth at least 100 gold pieces.
Does detect
Any further attempts to determine what it is will require some time and effort.
detect
Time
magic?
and
Lessla, you might be able to. Yeah. So, detect magic. Yes, it absolutely there is magic in this.
Wow,
Evocation, to be precise.
So I will climb down carefully and make my way back. And knowing Lessla is good with the magic. Hey, Lessla, any reason why a stone would be buzzing?
More than likely because it's filled with evocation magic.
How much would we want to even hold on to this if it's got evocation magic on it?
More than likely it's some sort of consumable magic item. I would assume that you crack it open and it causes some sort of magical phenomenon, or it's no, it wouldn't be conjuration if it was meant to summon an elemental. I believe those ones are also yellow.
Right.
If you want, you can try to get a little bit more from it with an Arcana check, Lessla. You're the only one who'd be able to do it. Sapphire just doesn't have the training in the arcane yet.
All right, here we go. I
It is.
will ask Vale to assist because I know he has at least some
He will.
higher knowledge. Here's a question. That after I already said I was going to ask Vale to assist, can Zalinora assist me in Arcana checks?
She cannot. If you look at how that works.
Okay. I was just making sure because it is two minds in one body.
Yes, but if you look at it, so you can either have. Also, it is important to know: are you combining or dividing focus?
Combining focus because I think.
Okay, so then your check is. So then your check is at just normal because you have disadvantage by default with that.
Yeah. I think divided focus also gives me disadvantage on everything, so it doesn't matter. Because of how you worded
No,
that.
the other one, ability checks, skill checks, and saving throws are made with advantage if you divide focus.
Okay.
But your spells
All right, you
are made with disadvantage.
okay, that's worded weirdly, so that's why I thought that. Okay. In that case, it's D&D Beyond just doesn't want to roll, so I'm just gonna roll for my sheet. That's a 14.
So you can tell that this has been exposed to a very strong charge from the elements.
Yeah.
You're not sure which one, though.
Well,
You can obviously guess that it has something to do with lightning, but beyond that, you're not sure how or why or to what purpose.
Yeah, no, it'd take me identifying this, which would take 11 minutes, which I have Detect Magic up, so I'm not going to stand still for 11 minutes. But yeah, it's definitely charged with energy from the elemental plane of lightning.
Fun.
I imagine that there's probably some way to crack it open and release the energy. I believe.
And I will also say that this is a diamond worth 100 gold pieces.
You did mention that.
Mhm.
Just in case.
I mean, if this is like, an uncommon magic item, it's a lot more than, at least an uncommon magic item, it's worth at least a lot more than 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, I've got 100 gold pieces. Right.
Alright, but yeah, so.
Right.
I imagine that we want this nowhere near being able to be damaged. So, bag of holding?
Probably yes. Bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Eat it.
Cheese wood.
Alright.
I swear to God, if you're going to start
It's a
breaking
diamond
it,
worth 100 gold pieces. How big can it be?
Not that big, like maybe half a palm
You
size.
can probably eat it.
Yeah.
Probably eat it.
all right.
Anyone
Now
here
for-
pot you on to your lizard folk? We got 4 alcoves, everyone.
Oh, 4. I count 3.
4 of
1,
them.
2.
3, and then down there's an alcove as well.
Well, we're doing the 3 first. This is going to be left.
Okay.
Okay, so left.
Normal.
Seems like a normal alcove.
Down.
You're run-of-the-mill dead end, as far as you can tell.
Love wasting nat 20s. Also, how many nat 20s have I rolled already today?
When you're rolling with advantage, you get them a lot.
A bit more.
Yeah, still. All right, and now for the right. Jesus Christ.
So the right seems like your run-of-the-mill, regular old hallway.
I'm not seeing anything with detect
And
magic.
Everyone else is also welcome to make these checks if they so feel like it.
I'm giving her advantage, so that's
Okay.
fine.
I'll roll. I'm rolling at disadvantage though, so it's fun.
For which one?
Probably this one.
Which
on
dead
this,
end?
this side.
Okay, roll.
Investigation.
So on this one, you actually notice a small little lever tucked right behind this little thing here.
Damn it!
It's almost indetectable.
I knew it was somewhere around here, and Lessla will shout out, "There's a lever over here. I think it might reveal the passage to behind that wall to our south that we were hitting with a maul."
All right, hit it.
All right.
If there's no traps.
Well, I mean, you expect me to do it mundanely? Of course, it's going to be with Mage Hand. I'm going to step back and Mage Hand the lever.
Okay. The mage hand is unable to pull it.
Damn it! Alright, it requires a little more strength than Mage
It
Hand.
is a solid stone lever.
Yeah.
With the power of 2 mage hands do it.
I mean, that is, what, 10, 20 pounds of Mage Hand?
Yeah.
We're basically doing that, the Star Wars equivalent to combining the Force to move a bigger object.
Because they're both invisible.
Yeah.
But you can try that if you want.
Sure.
Sure, let's...
If it needs 30
So-
pounds of
Okay.
force, that's a very
So
heavy
between the two of them, yes, it does move. And you hear a clunk, and then another one, and then another one, moving all the way above you until it gets above Corvus.
Oh no.
And Corvus, the wall next to you opens up.
Oh, cool.
You can see in there now.
Well,
This for some reason it's still
Yes,
black.
because it is just a wall. You can go in there though.
All right.
Oh,
With Corvus's
So,
assistance, let's
Sitting
go.
in an alcove in the wall is a Rec.
yes.
see this first.
Please
Oh.
stop.
Is it the wrong... Did I go the wrong way?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
It's up.
Okay, well, that explains why I'm
It's
like,
very
huh.
small.
This
So
is why I
sitting
didn't
in the alcove up here
Hmm.
I see it
is
first,
on a
like, behind me.
pedestal on a
That's happening behind me.
So on a pedestal, there is a velvet pillow, and on said velvet pillow, there is what looks to be the hilt of a rapier, which is carved entirely of a pure, kind of purplish, bluish crystal.
No question, Shadow. Help. Its design, its craftsmanship. Does it look similar?
What kind of gem?
Does it look similar to what?
Eyes won't help.
No.
What kind
Picture.
of crystal?
I will. I know the crystal. I've seen this crystal before.
You
Pick-
have seen this crystal before.
I've held
It's the
the
same
weapon.
thing that the drows were made. Crystals
I
were made
pick up
the
by.
rapier. Pick up the rapier slowly, making sure.
Seems is just the hilt of one. There's
Just
no
the
blade.
hilt? There's no blade.
There's
There's just
no
there's a little edge of the. There's a little edge of the.
Mhm.
I put that in my bag.
Did it have
Okay.
a magical aura before he does that?
It does,
Yes,
absolutely.
I grabbed it too quick.
I can sense the magic aura.
Yes, you would be able
I
to see it
don't need
through
to be
the
able
bag.
to see it. I don't need to be able to see it to sense the magic aura.
Whatever. You noticed it.
I do notice, and as he puts it in the
Yes.
bag, Lessla will say, that does have a magic aura on it. Well, I didn't quite get the chance to determine the magic, but it's definitely emanating it.
Then, of course, again, wordlessly.
You don't want to investigate the alcove a little bit further, just
He
in
found
case.
what he wanted.
I will tell
can keep
you.
the velvet pillow.
I will tell you that item requires attunement.
I know that.
And now to investigate this one, because we haven't done this one yet.
Okay.
Make sure. Yep. Scrolling too hard.
You can remove this torch. That's it.
Anyone want to
Awesome.
pick up a torch?
We have an awesome magic torch.
It's just a regular torch.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was lit for who knows how long without anyone being present. It's magical.
It's a regular torch.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. You guys drag me and roll with advantage for me or something. I'll be right back.
Cheese will hold the torch and she'll stand at the back of the pack.
Okay. Let me go ahead and give you light for that, Cheese.
Okay.
Torch is 20 feet and 20 feet?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really wish there was a quick toggle for those things.
Guess I should actually get a thing
There you
or
go, Cheese.
a temporary selection for Sapphire, so I can move Sapphire around, or do you want to show?
Oh, well, that's right. You can't control Sapphire, can you?
Fortunately.
I'll handle it. I don't want to, but I will. Meaning I'll just leave her there and I'll move her to you guys when I need to.
Okay.
Shoot
This
her.
place. Have we done this? We haven't. Wait, I'm trying to remember where
You've
we went.
not.
We've not done this place. So 2 alcove.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for Sapphire, please.
Oh, right.
We've got 3 alcoves technically, but. the 2
Oh
of them
my
left
word,
are-
there are so many of these.
I really wish I knew what was eating the CPU.
I could just roll it, but I have to type it because I put the modifiers. Want me to handle that?
Okay, so first one, 19, 23. They both seem like normal alcoves.
Okay, and then this way.
Seems like a normal alcove.
Okay. Oh, there we go. We got 2 more.
Hang on.
I'm literally rushing this.
This stupid character sheet will not collapse. There we go.
Yeah. Go left.
Left first. Normal alcove.
Okay, 7.
Normal alcove.
Yeah, we'll go here, we'll go top, and we'll go clockwise.
I'm back.
All of these are just your regular old run-of-the-mill dead end.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll go ahead and move you
Where-
back over here.
Hang on. Where is everyone?
That's a great
fixing it.
question.
I'm fixing it for you too, Cheese. Oh my gosh,
Thank
as
you.
I do it.
I've gained ghost powers, I can go through walls.
Thanks.
Okay.
Because I'm rushing. Okay, we got 2 alcoves. Over here.
Where are you?
I tried to move you. You moved at the same time.
Okay.
Less. Dang it.
What?
I'm trying to move you over there. You keep moving.
I was right next
So
to
left and
Corvus.
right?
You're not anymore.
Am I in top of? No. All right. So this will be for the singular square to my left. I can
Okay.
find it.
Regular run-of-the-mill dead end.
All right. Now for the right.
Run-of-the-mill dead end.
And down we go, I guess.
Does in fact have the torch. So. Jesus Harold.
Nothing.
Hang
The
on.
fucking.
The map is lagging so bad.
Yeah, sorry, I was fully out of keys because I'm speeding.
Okay, please don't do that. That's why it's draining so much.
Corvus and I are at
Please.
the
Yeah,
rocked up
it's locked
area.
again. It's locked again.
Okay.
It was never unlocked. It was just fucking rock in the way of the door that had been crowbarred open. How's it looking, by the way?
Run down. There's still a solid wall of rock behind the now open door that has fallen off its hinges.
We already checked on.
Just to be safe,
Everyone else is. Do you need me to move Cheese and Lessla over to where everyone else is?
So
And we
Please.
want to check. We want to check that out.
I'm- I want to more thoroughly investigate this, like just to make sure there's no random one. What alcove?
Roll.
Since I'm getting
Okay.
pings as to where we are, I'm going to go ahead and move myself. Okay, cool. This is where we are now. Keep in mind, I am the one with the torch.
Yeah,
I mean,
I also have a
Most
dagger.
people have torches and
Yeah, we
daggers.
I know.
I'm sorry. We're not trying to leave you behind. I'm just Corvus is just literally Corvus is putting his head down and using his almost his full speed to just the direct running.
Well, thank God I can barely keep up with you. Yeah. But yeah, did I miss anything over here the first time we were here?
It's just a dead end.
Just a dead end. Great. Another
yeah,
nat 20 down the drain. Seriously.
Sorry. Sneak before ending.
Yeah,
Okay.
we probably should sneak again. I gotta take that off of.
Are you moving
Yeah.
arrow keys again?
I stopped.
Okay. Because every time you do it, it lags the entire map
Dang.
really, really bad.
So if I click them really quickly.
I'm not as salty as I once was, but you know.
He skins Gaiden. We were pretty thorough with that, brother.
Yeah. Is there anything against the walls over here as I roll investigation? I assume with Corvus's help?
Yeah, he's been with. Yeah, we haven't been over here.
Damn it, I forgot I was off of advantage.
It's a wall.
Yeah, it's fine.
You
never know if there's any left.
We know what's down that corridor.
Yeah.
Point checking that. Right. Oh, fuck, what happened? I'm gonna go, where is it?
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go back to the main room.
The main room?
Just where the hole is.
Oh yeah, the pit.
So we've checked basically everywhere again. Probably one of our failed checks. There's no sign of anything.
We're going
See,
to the pit, right, Corvus?
I'm gonna quickly check that room to see if there's any changes. I'm gonna stop pulling the arrow keys. And I'm just gonna move to check that room one more time.
Which room? The pit
The
room?
gold room, and then I'm gonna go to the pit room.
Ah, okay. I will be doing the same, even though I'm not currently in the gold room.
So bad from you doing.
Sorry, I accidentally held it and forgot, and then let it go.
Hang on. Fuck. Yes.
But that is definitely what is causing.
Yeah.
It has not been this bad.
Just
before,
zoom
but
out
now
and
it
zoom
is.
back
sorry.
in.
So,
No, it's okay.
Anything in this gold room?
Hang on, let me double check really quick with my investigation of advantage of the 12. We already know there's traps in
The same thing you found last time.
Okay.
Cool.
You don't find anything new.
Cool. And we already know about the traps or the text inlined in there.
Well, maybe you can
So now,
see if you can take a coin now.
No.
back to the pit room.
Yep. Zooming out.
Should I just move everyone over there?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
I'm
fighting
gonna
roll 20 right now.
Shadow, did you just literally have the NPCs here waiting for us?
Yes.
No, I moved them there a little while ago.
So yes.
When you said pit room, I moved them there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pit room.
Investigation. Let's go.
It's a pit. You
Yep.
know how deep it is already.
Yep. So no acid from the chamber to our left has
Not that you can see.
not that I can see. Cool.
All right. Well, let's everyone tie your ropes down, and then we'll feather fall down. And if there
I would
happens-
rather make sure the acid isn't down there now.
That's the point of the feather fall.
Now, let me. How far can dancing lights go again?
20 feet.
Damn it. I keep forgetting like what I need to do in order.
It
Okay,
is, it
fine.
is deeper than 120 feet.
Okay.
Huh.
I'd much rather drop something again to make sure we don't hear a sploosh of some sort.
Oh, you're
I'm
welcome
sure
to
someone
drop
has
one
a
of
rock.
those 200 ball bearings you have.
It's not 200, please. It's 1,000. But fine. If we want to potentially trip on the singular ball bearing, fine.
That's not how that works, and you know it.
It would be.
I will toss a
Alright.
singular ball bearing down to see if we hear a ploosh or a tink.
You hear a clack at the bottom after a while.
Cool.
Alright, well, ropes and featherfall. If we want to get down there quickly, or we can just, go down the rope.
Yeah.
These pillars here.
Yes.
Just gonna make sure they're nice and tied thoroughly and tightly to
Oz is going to do a thing where he ties his rope round. He's going to basically lean back and shift as much of his weight on as he can.
Yeah, it holds tight.
Then he's going to put his feet on it and push again.
It still holds tight.
Okay, good. We can handle his weight and a little excess. Alright, who else goes down first? The Drake
Right.
just sort of like lies down.
this is of course after we make sure we have the rope going all the way down.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
you make sure his is
I'm going to
secure.
go ahead and move you all to the map.
Okay, the Drake can't come because he can't climb rope.
Yeah, so he's staying up there, isn't he?
Protect the rope, boy. Pet.
So you all
I'd pick up
are
my singular ball bearing if I can find it.
Gone. Reduced to
right
ashes.
there. Yes, you can find your singular.
I was saying that the ball bearing was gone forever.
You're able to find it. There's not many places it can go. Cheese, I'm going to give you your light back.
As well.
How's everyone? Sorry about just like basically saying no cause is just going to every alcove.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
We found some loot, so that's good.
Yeah, sorry. I was just like, alright, we
Cheese,
didn't find
you have
much
light
loot
now.
last. We didn't find much loot last
Thank
time, so
you.
I'll just speed run this so we can get to the new stuff quickly, and then find something.
I love how I
Gonna-
see everyone else's token load, but not mine. Like, I know
Oh,
it's
right there.
right here. Yeah, there we go. It's there now. It was just, it wasn't the token wasn't loading, which is weird.
So yeah, this is what you see.
Much. I would like to now use pass without a trace on all of us. Because I feel like we're gonna need it if we want to be stealthy.
Go ahead and put the spell in chat.
Alright, I guess I'll turn off my thing, because... We'll see. I'll turn off my dagger for now.
Are those who have torches going to douse their torches?
No.
Okay.
I need
I-
to see shadow.
We do have a veil of shadows over us.
That
No, it doesn't block
Holy
light, it
screen.
just means we're hard to track and we're a bit more
Yes,
stealthy.
it doesn't block light.
Alright, well, I'll make my stealth check now.
Ah, there it is. I'm gonna roll my stealth now, because, might as well. And this is including the +10. Nice.
Okay.
I think
I
it's just
can't
for all of us
go.
roll stealth.
If you wish. I
What were you
will
saying,
roll
Richard?
for the NPCs.
31.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. It's better than me.
Nat 20 for Hope.
It is a 15 plus 10, a 25.
I have a
I
21.
think that one for Sarfea.
Yeah, it's,
Of stuff.
Forgive it. it's
Standard.
still an 11, which is better than most things passive perceptions in darkness.
I think it's
It should be
actually 12.
21.
Oh,
But all right.
Don't spam the arrow keys, it should.
I will stay.
Yeah, it's working fine.
I do not have light on me. I'm going to walk behind everyone else.
Okay, here, let me fix that.
Corvus,
Keep it on
please.
there.
Corvus, please.
Out of here.
Using a torch,
after.
right?
I've got the
No,
highest AC. We're fine.
it was just the dagger. I doubt
Oh.
my dagger.
Sapphire is
Oh, okay.
it. Look for hidden passage.
All right. See what I can't find.
Cheese is just looking at everything.
Okay, so clarify, once you get to the wall, it is not just a blank wall, there is
Okay.
a tapestry covering it.
Oh,
From one corner all the way to the other and down to the bottom.
Alright, what's the tapestry, my friend?
It is a dark and misty room, and there is a single individual, seems to be a young woman with short blonde hair, wearing clerical robes and holding a lantern, peering down a long hallway.
The religious symbol in the morning, or is it just
There is
clerical robes.
indeed a symbol, yes.
we reckon? Is it what? Is it a Ferunian god? Because I know all the Ferunian
Yes.
gods.
This is the symbol of Azuth.
Zeus.
oh, sorry. What?
Zeus.
Azuth. Azuth is the god of wizards.
Wizards.
Okay.
Zeus. So I guess we light a lantern. Don't suppose anyone here is a worshipper.
You just see the tapestry there in front of you.
You could always check behind the tapestry.
Yeah, of course. For like
How do you spell it really quick? Because I'm
AZUTH.
okay.
Azus.
Because I kept hearing Zeus. I'm like,
Azuth.
it's fucking weird.
Got A.
Zeus. Okay.
Zeus is still kind of weird. Let's say little lantern.
So
All of his Zeus dying down along misty corridor. Also lightly tap the tapestry with his finger.
Your finger goes into it.
Walk through.
with my investigation, would I see this as an illusion of a tapestry?
This is not an illusion.
Oh,
Corvus goes through it.
Mm-hmm.
lovely.
You all see Corvus vanish into the tapestry. This
Yes,
is not noxious. This is this.
I know.
This stops
I just
at,
thought it'd be really fucking funny.
It stops at ankle height,
Okay.
So it's just
or not
fun.
ankle, about knee height.
Corvus like kind of crouches down slightly and
Do we want to go up or down first?
what's it?
Behind you, Vale steps through first.
We'll ask Shadow. This is important. What does this smell like? Does it just smell like the rest of the chamber?
No.
Probably smells
There
like
is a
death.
very pungent musk, but also the mist of like a cool foggy day.
Okay, is it beast musk or is it like just like
Kind of. It's kind of sulfury, but not quite.
Sulfury, lovely.
Like I said,
Love
not
rotten.
quite.
that we met.
It's similar, but it's not quite. Zarfea
This is an odd
the next one to step
Question
through.
and a this
Mhm.
might be an odd question, but a good one to ask. Is the scent similar to that of the person that we met in the cell?
The
No.
demon?
That's
Okay.
brimstone.
Also, I don't like how you're specifying who's entering at what point, because that just makes me feel something's going to happen when Hope enters.
Or Hope isn't
And
going to enter.
there is quite a long pause, but eventually you see eyes sealed shut, hopping through the wall is Hope, gritting his teeth.
Good of you to join us.
Hang on. I need to send
yeah.
something to Flowers. Hang on.
Yeah, when as he like pats himself down, looks up, sees you, flips you off, and says, "Up yours, sweetheart."
Is there any way that I could identify the composition of this smoke? It's sulfury, but that's not all it is.
I guess we're going down first instead of up.
Shh. Flip his head, finger to his lip.
I'm whispering that. I'm just making sure my mic picks me up.
Oh, yeah.
Slow down.
We can't slow
Because
Corvus down.
I'm pretty sure I can see
the
the.
second he sees a junction ahead of him, he's like,
Peeking around the corner
yeah,
as Corvus goes into the spot I was about to go into
yeah.
for peeking around corner purposes.
Also just keeps you occasionally call us. Yeah.
I will say I am like I guess passively looking for traps just in case.
One thing I should have pointed out before you left the area, GM neglect, I will fix this. Upon leaving the other side, there was a tapestry on the other side that just depicted the blank hallway you came from.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we just fucking teleport somewhere? Okay, whatever. Around the corner again.
Yeah.
All clear.
It's at this point that I'm wondering. I wonder if Zelenora can ritually cast a spell while we're moving.
No.
Yeah, I know. I know most of the answers are going to be no, but Lessla is going to experiment.
Ritually casting requires much more than.
Okay, another corner to which I look. I swear to God, is this a giant fucking square?
Yes, it
I
is.
wouldn't know. Okay, well, at least we mapped the area.
It's
sniffing around.
It's not. There's the
You
cleric.
can see
Cleric's up
one
ahead.
individual here, kind of looking around,
Huh.
holding a lantern. She has her back to you at the moment.
You know, I bet we're
Well,
supposed to
We
go
went a
up.
long way, I guess.
Corvus will snuff out his light.
Cheese will follow in his footsteps, snapping out the.
Okay, so there's no light here anymore.
Okay.
And then in her mind, this woman's mind, she just hears, "What are you doing here?"
You hear a startled shriek as the lantern flies from her hands and clatters to the ground as she panically looks around, trying to see where that came from. Does anyone still
Dark,
have their
this
light
dark.
on?
Oh, I turned off my torch, and she's turned out her torch.
Okay.
What are you doing here? Damn.
Whoever you are, I just want to leave. I want to perform my task, but
What is your task, priestess of the zoo?
would you be willing to tell me who you are first?
At which point Lessla is going
No
to.
one of import.
Lessla will ask Zelenora if she recognizes the cleric at all.
She does not.
Then, of course, we'll just, before he steps into the shower, say, "Are you all?"
Well, it's now all shadows because she dropped her lantern and it went.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay, then Corvus walk right up to her. Just. And then all of a sudden, he just appears because
Right in her face.
Yeah. She shrieks and takes a step back, leaning on the quarterstaff she has, also kind of trying to keep it between you and her.
At which point Lessla will look at Corvus and say, "That's not the best way to approach someone who is clearly a cleric of a somewhat benevolent god." She rolls
Do you
her
think
eyes.
any of us are necessarily good at introducing ourselves?
My apology. When you don't know if someone's a threat or not, make sure they're not first.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but who are you people? And how did you
No,
get
but-
down here?
No one important. What are you doing?
Well, I was sent by my sisters of the order.
When?
I've been down here about 12 days now. And I ran out of food and water 3 days ago.
which point Lessla will say is, just so that we're clear, because this is a question that we now have to ask because of Zelenora. What year do you think it is?
GM doesn't remember off the top of his head, but she answers with correct year.
I think it's 19.
I think like 19.
I think it's 1419.
19.
Or no, like 19. It might be 19.
14.
It's 19 something, correct?
Okay.
Okay, in that case.
And you were sent here 12 days ago. We saw no sign of your passage when we entered. Strange.
Well, I haven't seen any sign of my own passage either.
How would you get down the pit? Without any...
Well, I jumped, of course.
Featherfall?
Much closer.
She nods. I am a cleric of Azuth. I do know a thing or two about magic. I wouldn't be worth much as a cleric if I didn't.
You said that she hasn't drank in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Does she look like that?
Yes.
Was
She looks to be doing remarkably well for someone who that is the case, but yes.
Force will reach to his hip, pull off his water skin, uncork it, and hand it to him. He doesn't take his eyes off for the entire time.
As Corvus is doing that, Lessla will ask, you say you're a cleric of Azuth. How versed in magic are you? That's your most powerful spells.
I couldn't care less. If you want out, you can keep with us, but if you try anything, and I do mean anything, I will gut you
I
like
don't
a worm.
intend to. I only wish to complete my task that my
What is
sisters
your
gave me.
task then?
Jesus,
They
Corvus.
asked me only to find a artifact down here.
No longer here.
What artifact
It's
are you
what?
looking for?
Let me guess, a book?
No. I'm only looking for a particular jewel, a ruby that was lost down here.
You expect us to believe that?
It's the truth.
Is it?
Insight check that,
Go ahead.
if you will allow me.
Yeah.
You're
Of course, it's
That is
deliberately
an
being a dick.
18.
Yeah, we figured.
She
Damn it.
yeah, she believes what she's saying.
Corvus, she's telling you the truth. She wouldn't have said Corvus. She would have said
if you
she's
said
telling
course,
the
you
truth.
would have gone What's like? He's still offering her the water skin.
She will take it after like looking at you for a while, and you do see her. She like quickly goes to drink, stops herself, and you can see her like mumble something in the air, cast a small spell.
I hold my dagger to her throat.
Stop it!
It's not poisoned.
She's casting a spell, and I don't know who the fuck she is. I
just-
fucking held a dagger to her throat.
I just. For my own peace
Step
of mind,
back,
let me
please.
check, please.
It isn't poisoned, I promise you.
Well, your friend
You lose.
is holding a knife to my throat.
Not exactly.
He's rather aggressive. Please step back
I
from her.
have indeed noticed that, but it doesn't do much for my trust in all of you, unfortunately.
You were casting a spell. Because I meant to
Yes.
assume it was non-harmful.
I suppose that's fair.
Lowers the dagger, but it's still like watching her eyes just trailed on her every part of her body.
If
Specifically her hands and her hands and mouth.
if I step back, will you allow me to check? I only want to see if it's poisoned or not.
You believe I would kill you via poison rather than stabbing you in the dark.
I don't really know what to believe. I haven't seen another living soul in over a week.
Let her.
And it smells very bad down here.
Yeah.
Anything funny? He
She goes to take a couple steps back.
As
And you can
she's
see
doing
her-
that, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, she once again begins to cast her spell.
As she's
Just,
doing that,
directed
she's
at the water.
gonna.
Mhm,
Okay,
go
she's
ahead.
gonna go ahead and. Might I have your name once you've had your fill?
She like as you start to ask her that, she has completed the spell, and upon not getting I'm assuming not getting the read back that it's poisoned.
Unless it might, well, it was getting from the water, which was a little meh, but not bad to drink. It just
Yeah,
yeah. It's mild water.
She,
It's just like
very
Mild
eagerly begins to drink from it, and is starting to guzzle, but does stop herself and cork
Take
it back
care. You
up.
don't want to make
Taking-
yourself sick.
Although you can't, so you can tell that she wants to have a lot more than what she's had, but she is controlling herself.
was gestures for the continue.
No, I can't take all
If
of what
you
she
are a
has.
spellcaster, you require your brain. And dehydrated, your brain stops working as effective. Drink what you.
Drinking water after being dehydrated that quickly can cause illness. She's wise to pace herself.
Yeah. He walks to take his water skin back.
And it would, quite frankly, be against several of my tenants to take so much from you when I hardly even know you.
I've threatened your last 3 times since meeting you. Only no kindness. He just like gently takes his water skin back, and she doesn't try to drink anymore.
He's not quite a people person, is he?
Technically speaking, none of us are.
How very astute of you.
Has she reacted to us?
Yes.
Due to our nature. You be quiet.
She still seems very afraid of you all.
Okay, but is it the same? The
You don't know.
It's hard to tell. It is just fear.
All right, good point.
Well, have you noticed?
Like,
it
it's not
in
a
the
specific
past-
type of fear. It's just people are afraid of you.
Mm-hmm.
In the past 3 or about an hour or so. About past hour, 2 hours. Have you noticed anything move through these tunnels besides yourself?
No, I haven't.
There's a feeling of dread wash over you.
Not until now.
And what we're looking for right here. We should check it just to be safe. You may accompany us. But I don't trust you not to cut out our escape.
Well, I will appreciate the company. I've become quite lost, actually.
Have you been walking in circles this entire time?
I seem to be, but that also can't be true.
Why not?
Well, I can't seem to find where I came in from.
You've been stuck down here 12 days.
I have.
And you can keep
Unless
track of
I've
time.
lost track of time, which is very possible.
If you ate rations, your body clock would tell you.
That's what I've had to guess. I
She's
must confess,
is
I'm
she
not
human, half elf?
She's human.
I guess she cannot see us.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, should keep moving.
Will you
As
allow
we
me to
keep
find my my lantern first? I really can't see without it.
I can't see without my glasses.
Cheese will pick it up and offer it to her.
Thank you very much.
Corvus
She,
does a motion with his hand, and the lantern lights again.
as we go through, I'm gonna be looking for that ruby. should it be
Okay.
on the floor anywhere, or any secret passages or anything like that.
Yeah, we've of course be keeping his eye out for everything and try to find any trace of like, hey, there's a fucking monster in the smoke that's gonna fucking punch you right in the dick hole.
Lessla is worried
So
about
am I going to have
where the
advantage in that
tapestry
investigation or
was.
no?
I'm not within 5 feet of you. Unless you stay within 5 feet of Corvus.
Yeah, I would try to at least.
He's
So-
not a good.
Is it,
Let me roll my fucking investigation first. Jeez.
He's faster.
Yeah, and I need
You
to take
actually need to calm the fuck down.
you all do. It's like seriously. Also, the tapestry.
The tapestry,
which I think was right
upon
about
reaching
here.
it there is no tapestry.
It was about right here, right?
Yeah, you feel like you should be in the correct spot.
I will put my hand against the wall and
Use
see if
the
it goes
wall.
through.
Let's see.
Sapphire just like frowns at that. It's like, well, that explains why you can't find your way out. And she's just gonna like push her hand against the wall the entire way down, just to make sure like she was in the right place.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Corvus will
Tapestry
crouch down
is now a
and
wall.
will expand his senses. Magic.
Okay.
Smoke.
While
Well,
they're-
similar to
Sorry.
before, this whole place is quite magical. There's quite a bit of the illusion and transmutation schools present here.
There's a lot of illusion and transmutation present. Our senses can't be fully trusted, and whatever we can be trusted has maybe been altered. Also, question about her. Because I know all of us radiate a strange aura. She radiates
She does not.
a person.
As we're walking and they are investigating, I would like to do something if that is okay.
Okay.
Cheese would like to place a hand on our new cleric's shoulder. And she'd ask, I know you were a bit busy a bit ago, but might I have your name?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's very rude of me, isn't it?
It's all right.
You can call me Lucinda.
Lucinda?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tell
It's a pleasure to meet you, Lucinda.
Lucinda.
What do I get for my investigation on like looking for that ruby or hidden passageways?
Nada.
Nothing. Okay, cool.
The walls here are completely smooth.
Corvus is just real quick.
Mhm.
He's gonna run a lap.
Okay,
Back to the group, or
you too.
I feel I would charge after him because we cannot leave him alone. Because I think I get with my bonus action.
Do you explain your intentions to the group before you charge off? That's an important
It's
question.
Corvus. What do you expect?
No, he doesn't.
he's like, no one's paying attention. So, of course, believes no one is paying attention to him at any time.
Which shocker, Sapphire is at this moment because we're
Is anyone
investigating
else
together.
going to follow him?
Cheese is not.
Jesus, not.
I feel like I'm one of the only people that can
How
keep
about
up with
Lessla?
it with like a dash.
I'm assuming Lessla is not.
No, Lessla is currently
Okay.
casting Identify on herself.
Okay. But yeah, you make your way all the way around and come back to the group the other way.
Shall I cast Longstrider on you next time, or are you done?
Corvus, in the most like unabashed, is way that only Corvus can. Looks at Cheese, and I don't think because I have backseat says Corvus does not. He knows what sarcasm is, but doesn't always recognize it. Because that isn't necessary, man. I'm faster than that.
I'll
Don't do that
say.
again.
See, that's the problem I've been running into. I can't seem to find how I got in, and Everything in here looks the same. I can't even tell which side I came in on anymore.
It's all right. We'll find a way out. One way or another.
I will say, like, about every, we'll say 60 feet, I am, like, checking for the ruby, hidden passageways, anything that could help us out here. So, and I will be by Corvus, so I get advantage. So, if we go over here, which is about 60 feet here, is when I'll get do my next investigation, because I am actively looking for that ruby and, like, a way out.
Okay.
I want to try and think about the tapestry that we saw earlier. Other than stepping through it and seeing assumedly Lucinda walking with the lantern through it, were there any other noticeable details thinking back on it now? Did the walls look like what we're in now?
Go
or
ahead
anything
and the walls did look like what you're in now. Go ahead and roll me. I would say this would be just a straight wisdom check, Cheese.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. You don't remember. The one thing, though, you do begin to remember that is now striking as kind of odd is that when you looked in this tapestry, you saw her. But you didn't see anyone else when they hopped through. Nor did you see anyone on the other side of the tapestry before they came to this side.
So when Corvus jumped in, we didn't see Corvus.
We
Yes.
only saw her.
And when you got to the other side, you did not see the rest of the party on that other side. But you did see her in there before you jumped in.
Worst is puts his hands to the ground, gets into a meditative pose, and will try to just anything.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he can either try to sense the world around him, or he can try to use the experience of others to guide him.
Okay, which are you going to try and do?
Just trying to see if I can attune to the land around me.
Okay. Go ahead, and I'll say this will be another straight wisdom check.
As good as the
Okay. So it's a bit shaky and a bit distorted, which is unusual. Usually this is very clear when you do this.
Yeah, I'm in a building.
Well, even then, it's usually pretty clear. This is shaky and
I'm in
distorted
the fog.
and unclear. Almost like static on a picture screen is a good way to describe what it is to your senses. But you do very clearly see a long hallway, just the one that you're in, and the 7 people with you, including yourself.
So entity in the raft is going.
Nope, just like I said, including yourself, the 7 people in here.
As we've been walking, we haven't seen any insects or anything, have we? Like no spiders,
1, 2, 3,
cricket
4,
bugs.
5, 6, 7. Okay, I had to count.
Okay. Absolutely nothing living down here other than us.
So did casting identify on myself be a ritual because I have a feeling that it's like if they're going to keep walking around, they're just going to keep walking in circles.
If you could, go ahead and paste that spell into the chat, if that's possible, so I can read it real quick.
There we go. So I was casting it on myself because I want to know if it's a spell effect affecting me or if it's just a magic effect.
The only spell affecting you is, do you still have Detect Magic up?
No, Detect Magic would have been gone by now, which is why...
Okay, then there is none.
Alright.
Yeah, then there is none.
Alright, in that case, I guess I will.
Do I get anything from my investigation from before? Or is it just the same old, same old?
Same old, same old.
Okay.
All
I
right.
could just hear Corvus speak. I'm sorry, do you want to do something?
Yeah.
And go ahead and just for now, just for reasons, I was gonna put the whole party here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you go in there? There you go.
Lessla will cross her arms as she thinks about it. There's no spell affecting her. There's, according to Corvus, who she doesn't actually understand that he has the ability to use detect magic basically at will. According to Corvus, there's transmutation and illusion magic around
Well, it
us.
depends on what Corvus relayed to you all.
I said there's some sort of illusion and transmutation effects in place here.
I
Okay.
think
That's all.
It's only thing I could compare. Only thing I knew. The only thing I knew.
I'm going to look.
And
I haven't concluded my meditation yet. I was waiting for Leslie to do this thing, but
okay.
Lessla will look to the cleric and say, "Did you only walk in one direction?"
So, before you do that, Cheese has wanted to talk to them for a little bit, so I will let
Okay.
Cheese have that conversation. Because I
Yeah,
understand this has
Cheese
been
has
going
just
on while
been-
Lesla's doing everything.
Yes. While people were running in circles, doing whatever else, Cheese has been trying to comfort Lucinda, give her some of her own rations, make her comfortable, probably sit her down and just answer any questions that she can. She'll go around explaining, they call me Blue Cheese, that is Sapphire, that is Lady Silverster, and this is our dear friend. Motioning towards Corvus, and then Vale, Zarfea, and Hope.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you all. I wish it had been under better circumstances.
Truly, I do as well. This ruby that you're searching for, do you know why it's important? Why you're being made to look for it in such a dreadful place?
Oh, I wasn't told why it was important, no, but I do know why I was made to do it.
Why you?
I made a very unfortunate mistake in my studies.
What happened?
And, well, in my study of the arcane, as all of us who serve the zoo want to do, it is his domain after all.
Hmm.
I fumbled some of my spell work. And I wound up damaging a very important artifact.
Mistakes happen.
Yes, but this gem, I've been told, is required in order to repair it. As I'm the one who caused the damage, it falls to me to facilitate the repair.
And you were sent alone.
I was alone responsible for it.
That seems rather cruel. Especially with how dangerous we've found this place to be.
My mistake was equally dangerous. It's fortunate that I was the only one around, otherwise things may have been significantly worse.
Mistakes in arcane spellcraft happen. I don't believe they deserve this sort of punishment. Leastwise not alone.
Well, I appreciate your kindness towards me, but the sisters of my order did not share it.
Yes, I suppose it's not time for us to argue on that sort of principle.
I do not blame them, truthfully. They have always been very good to me and very fair.
I
Truthfully,
don't believe
for
this is
the
fair.
gravity of my mistake, this is a very lenient punishment. Others would have been expelled entirely from the order.
Yes. Well, I'm not here to try and convince you otherwise, but I don't know, perhaps contemplating prayer might be helpful in this sort of situation.
I have been doing so off and on for quite some time now.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you wish to ask her?
Cheese doesn't have anything else to ask her.
Okay. At that point, I think, Leslie, you'll be free to ask your question.
Yes. Have you only walked in a single direction?
No, I've tried doubling back on myself several times to no avail.
Well, transmutation and illusion magic together could form what would appear to us to be an endless loop. By keeping us on the opposite side of the entrance. One thing that I don't think we've tried yet, as Corvus and Sapphire have been running laps, I think, is going
Just
in
one lap.
is going in opposite directions.
Fucking Jujutsu Kaisen looking motherfucker.
What? What?
Something, literally that exact situation happens in the first episode of season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the one person just calmly walks and the other person darts.
Outside of that, I suppose we could try and overpower the magic by manipulating the weave. Although I don't know if we are quite capable of that, as this may have been done by Shun the Seventh, or at least his lackeys.
I'm sorry, by who?
Did you not know that this ruins was originally the property of Shun the Seventh?
I most certainly did not.
That's why I believe your masters to be exceptionally cruel in their treatment of you.
To be fair, I don't think Mert knew this was ruins of Shun the Seventh either.
Still.
Well,
While this conversation is going on, can I try and see if I can't see through the illusion, since we know illusion magic's at play?
Okay.
What would that be? Like wisdom?
Yeah, be wisdom check. Technically it's safe, but I don't think that's different for you.
No, it's not.
Okay.
don't.
Walls and ceiling, they all look the same.
Is a fog still there?
Fog is still there.
It
Damn.
would cause be fully attuned. Cause to be fully attuned by now.
To what?
Like, he did that his check.
Oh, have you like fully
Like, basically, through my little instrument, just search the entire corridor. Much of it as I can.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's the walls, the floor, the ceiling, the 7 people, including yourself.
He, of course, opened his eyes. There's like a slight flash, like a movement of light along them as he opens them, because grunts.
Alright.
Just did a scan of this area. Only the 8 of us, so it's fuzzy. Filling it in.
I will point out that is not what I said.
You said it was like fuzzier than usual.
Yes, I said there were 7, including you.
Oh, right. Wait.
Is she still here despite the illusion being with me with my room?
Corvus thinks for a second. If he said 7 plus me, I asked.
It's 7 including you. So
7, including yourself.
Okay. Once his eyes open, his eyes shift over to Lucinda.
Why
Uh,
are you looking at me like that?
I just did a scan of this room. A training method I learned whenever I used to get lost in the forest. Allows me to scout out ahead of me, learn what lurks around me. It does not detect you.
Well, I'm very clearly here, as you can see.
No.
What about for me?
And I put my hand on her,
Yeah,
on her
you can
face.
see her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put my hand just in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
She did put her hand on her shoulder
Yeah.
earlier, and she was
Yeah,
fully
she's
culpable.
there.
Is Hope still there?
Hope is still there.
Okay. I look over everyone.
I was going, give me your hand.
Why?
Give me your hand.
It'll be all right.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm not trying to persuade.
Which one of us?
Either of you, but it will be at disadvantage.
I'm intimidating.
Okay,
Oh,
so you roll intimidation. Cheese, you roll persuasion. Both of-
Persuasion disadvantage, correct?
Yes, Corvus, you have advantage.
6.
Jesus Christ,
Okay.
Corvus. She's gonna shit herself.
She shakily and very reluctantly does give you her hand, Corvus.
I'm just going to. I just grab the wrist. Not like firm enough to like pulling away would be
Mhm.
like difficult. I just run my blade along her hand. I run the dagger along her hand.
Jesus.
Like trying to cut her.
I hope not
You-
too deep, at least.
Enough to draw blood.
Yeah, you draw blood, and she shrieks and tries to pull herself away.
Let go of her.
What? Just looking at the blood fall, and then he lets go, but make sure he can't. And like smells his daggers.
Smells like iron.
I
She,
still,
She's
however,
just going to take her hand and cast Cure Wounds.
well, yeah, she takes a step back, but you're able to get that off, and it does heal up in front of you.
I rolled it for the sake of rolling it so I can take off the check.
I told you, I'm very much here. I'm still very much hurt.
It's all right.
illusion. Well, you walked through a tapestry.
I did.
What was on the tapestry?
An empty room?
A
Empty
room or a
hallway, rather.
insight check on that,
Yeah.
if I can.
Mhm.
Damn. 10.
Yep, she believes what she's telling you.
She believes what she's telling us. I like that wording, Shadow.
That is
You know
how
it.
insight works.
I know.
See them. I've run around Waterdeep with people in my life. I know that magic can be hidden. I know that this room committed an illusion and transmutation. I ain't accusing you of any wrongdoing.
You could have convinced me otherwise.
It's someone
Well,
that
I'd appreciate if you didn't test your theories on me anymore.
the only way to test it was to do that.
I
That was
already
the
had to replace
nicest,
the glove because of you. I'd appreciate if I didn't have to do it again.
was the nicest way I could have done that.
Cheese will cast Mending on the glove as well.
The glove is fine.
Mm. Wait. So Corvus, did he cut through the glove?
Yeah, to
He
get
did.
blood.
But the glove was fine.
Now that you look at it, after you've healed it, yeah. She just said she had to replace it.
Oh. Replace it. Where did you get the other one?
How many gloves do you have?
Only the one replacement, fortunately.
I hope you'll take no offense, but I would like to see the other.
I mean, I've already thrown it all away. I don't see why it would be important.
Where did you throw it?
Just off to the side. I can look if you'd like.
Yeah. Yes, please.
She kneels down, begins like fumbling through the smoke, trying to find where this glove she's thrown off is gone.
Cheese will help her look for it.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Fuck me. What is with my rolls? 8.
You are unable to find it. You will have advantage. Actually, you will have advantage. She's
Oh,
effectively
okay. Then I will.
you're helping her, but you're the one making the roll. So
I'll just roll again.
Mhm.
I'm killing myself.
well,
Jeez.
yeah, no, you're the two of you aren't able to find any trace of an additional glove.
Can I look on my own?
You're unable to find any trace of an additional glove.
Cheese is gonna try something.
Okay.
I just want to make sure Flowers is still with me, right? I can still feel him in my hair.
But that's
You
just
can.
flowers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Cheese is gonna.
I forgot to mention to him, but yes, I also forgot to mention Clouth and the bird.
That's not there. That's busy.
Yeah, no, they were all.
I know. Fat is flowers is there.
Mhm.
No.
Where are you
Cheese
trying
is
to
gonna
try,
take
Cheese?
something small from her pack, like something from maybe her ration packer, like something small, inconsequential, and she's just gonna kind of toss it.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
I toss it. Do I like hear it hit the ground? Whatever.
Where do you toss it? Out of curiosity.
Just
And are you
like
trying to do this
here.
without her noticing?
No, this is an open experiment.
I am
Let me
watching.
get this.
She will
I'll
look
drop
at
it like
you
over here.
quizzically and admittedly very, very what's the word?
Hurt.
She doesn't trust you,
Trust. Okay.
I get that. Yeah.
but she also is not in a position to fight you, and she knows it.
I feel like out of everybody, she probably has the best rapport with me.
But yeah, you throw it over
Yeah.
here. You
Yeah.
hear it clatter to the ground.
And I still see it, right?
Yep, you can still see it. Is that supposed to accomplish something?
I just don't. I don't trust these mists.
May I pick it up now, please?
She's grabbed something from her own bag, not
Oh,
Lucinda's.
cheese from her own. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
I thought you
she
said
didn't
things
grab
from her
anything
own.
from.
She did
No, no,
mention,
no.
But yeah, no.
Maren mentioned something about a small ration or something inconsequential.
I got
Yeah,
I
in
gotcha.
her own things.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, no, it clatters to the ground, and Cinder's just kind of there.
Your gloves didn't happen to be magical at all, were they?
No, they're just simple gloves, sir.
All right, just wondering.
Meant to keep away the cold, and also, well, some that provide some protection for my hands.
Let's
Of
see.
course, of course.
I believe it is fall, and she answers as such.
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Waterdeep, of course.
What is the name of your order?
At this point, the GM is blanking on the order from Waterdeep. I don't think there is a specific order for those,
just the
for
Church of
Scribes of
Azuth.
Azuth.
Church of Azuth.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be your answer.
Alright.
One more thing, if you want to continue this, one more thing I can try.
Please, not on me.
He gets back into his meditative pose, and I'm going to try and contact both. Either contact both, one or all of them at once if I can.
Okay.
The inner world I go.
This would be a wisdom check.
This is going to be the failure.
Yeah. You're just unable to bring yourself to focus.
Mm-hmm. Which point, let's all say, well, we can try my hypothesis that I came up with earlier, and if it doesn't work, well, I can see about trying to manipulate the weave directly to see about ending this, but I'm not that powerful a wizard.
Yeah, Leslie, you don't even know how you begin to go about doing that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she says she's not that powerful a wizard. She doesn't know where to begin, but manipulating the weave is manipulating the weave. It's about trying to push it in the right direction. What direction that is supposed to be, well, that's something a more powerful wizard would know. So anyway, but Lessla is going to start walking in the opposite direction, and hopes that someone else is going to walk in the southern direction, and we'll see how it goes.
Is everyone going? Do you want everyone to follow you, or just one of you to go each way?
One to go each way.
Cheese will stay here.
We're supposed to stay here.
I guess I will be the one to go the other way.
Okay.
Again, every
Yeah,
6 feet, I'm rolling that
I
investigation.
will. I'm gonna go ahead and save you both the trouble.
Yep.
You will come back to the same spot, and Sapphire, you will get the same on every single one you roll.
Damn.
All right. Well,
I do not want you to have to roll every single one of those checks, nor do I wish to adjudicate each and every one of those checks.
Understandable.
yeah. All right.
Let's just continuing to try.
Well, I guess I'll try. I'm gonna cast Identify on the wall.
Okay. Cast Identify.
Yes. So I touch one object. You must touch the casting a spell. If it is a magic
I would
item or
recommend,
some
like,
other
closer
magic
up here.
imbued object, you can learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, blah blah blah. You learn whether spells are affecting the item and what they are. So it's on the
I
Spells
assumption.
are
recommend more so
affecting
up
this?
here.
Yeah, the wall.
Spells that are affecting the wall specifically.
Yes.
None.
All right.
No, it's
There is
really full of
illusion
Mary Poppins shit,
transmutation
like, accent.
all throughout here. And yes, Cheese, you may pray.
Okay. I'll just send you what she's gonna say.
Okay.
I swear, we pulled some fucking Mary Poppins shit going through that tapestry.
But yeah, no, there you can tell there's transmutation illusion magic. None of it is affecting the wall.
No question. How long until I can try again, Joe?
It'll be a while.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll cast Identify on the floor. I'm running out of things to touch.
Touch the mist.
If
You're
I
also
could,
gonna run out of spell slots eventually.
I can't cast it as a regular spell. It's a ritual.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I don't have it prepared, so I don't
Yeah,
cast it as a regular spell.
there are none affecting the
I
wall
have
or the
to
floor.
ask you a favor, ma'am. Looking at Lucinda.
It depends very heavily on what that favor is.
Walk around.
Sorry?
Do a lap.
I'd rather not.
I'll go with you.
No. Just by herself.
She's been doing this by herself for 12 days.
Exactly, and she was on a tapestry. She's the one keeping us in here.
I
Then I shall
understand
do
you're
it
not
alone.
entirely trusting of me. I really
We
would.
know it lapped all the way around, man. Say, after all, you've been walking it 12 days. What's one more lap?
Lucinda, it's all right. I'll
You
go.
are.
It's a test more than anything else.
You must do it by herself to test this theory.
That's why I am going by myself. We can test and see if it's just her or if it's everybody.
Is the one I don't detect. She might be some
I'm very
kind of...
clearly right here. As much as I find you all incredibly terrifying,
Wait.
I haven't seen another living soul in 12 days.
Can we see our feet through the smoke?
Yeah.
Okay. Have
And
we
yes,
been?
you can see hers.
Yeah. Have we been leaving behind footprints?
Oh,
No.
because we got passed by a trace on.
Right. We have flash without trace on. Has she been leaving footprints behind?
Well, no, there's nothing to leave footprints behind on.
Oh, is it like a stone floor?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can't tell because it's all blurry for me.
Yeah.
Man,
As much as I find you all incredibly terrifying, I don't think I can go back to being on my own again.
it'll only be a couple minutes.
Hmm.
That's some
I
kind of
don't know what to
purpose
be
you were
scared of.
given. Some kind of purpose you were given.
I wasn't given any kind
That's
of
why
purpose.
you were created.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
You
sure
have
you
to believe
don't.
me, I don't know.
Magical constructs rarely realize that they're magical constructs. Ghosts, well,
How many ghosts do you know that can bleed?
there's transmutation and illusion magic. Let's say, depending on what's going on, couple.
Well, if it's affecting her, I could cast the identify spell on her and we can see. Is that a happy compromise?
Illusion may trick your mind, man.
It's not as if we have many better ideas.
Hope,
Hope, what are you doing?
I'm trying to keep myself sane while you all argue about this. Whatever this is.
Feel free to go for a walk, sir.
I ain't getting left behind.
Alright, I'm gonna... if Lucinda will permit it, I will ritually cast Identify on her.
Okay.
So once again, nothing?
I'm going to try and walk the loop alone. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. Cheese by the time, Lessla, Cheese will return back from the other side by the time you finish.
And I don't get any response, do I, from the prayer?
No.
Okay.
Welcome to the world of faith.
Jeez.
She's also hasn't really. She's kind of far from the moon right now, and that's
Yeah, I imagine
her main
once she
shtick.
returns, Force will just whisper to her, making sure his mouth is covered. You alright, man?
I've had enough out of you. I understand you've been trying to protect us, and you've been rightfully wary, but there are better ways to go about it than cutting a girl.
That's the only way I could check if she bled.
You could have at least told us before.
I figured if she is keeping us here for some means, she would refuse. I've learned to be cautious
Whatever.
of a lot. I've learned to be cautious through a life of people doing things against me.
Whatever she's doing she's not doing it on... If she is doing anything, she's not doing it on purpose.
At least she's not doing it on purpose, being aware of it. Not doubting that she believes what she says. This place is nothing but messed with my head. If this is illusion and transmutation, creating something so believable like this is possible, especially with how ancient the magic is. I'm not trying to be mean. Normally I wouldn't be, but I did not sense her when I tuned to this place.
You certain it was
Swear
her?
to you,
110% certain.
I know all of you. I know what you all feel like. Believe me, I'm not trying. I am not. Do not believe in being cruel for no reason. Just trying to keep us all safe and make sure we all get home safe.
Understand.
Did Identify come up with anything?
Yes, at this point you finish it, and yeah. Yeah, there's some magic on her. Very strong magic.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that's really all you sense from her.
Really strong
Is
magic.
there a type to this magic?
It's not Identify's wheelhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, I already detect magic too.
Yeah,
and
but Lessla, the one thing you can tell the curse when you see one.
What is your strongest spell, Lucinda?
I'm only able to cast very limited spells at the moment. I'm not especially advanced.
So I don't suppose...
I only know the basic few that are taught to initiates.
So I don't suppose you know any way of removing a curse.
No, that's decidedly stronger than what I'm able to do.
Yeah, you're cursed.
I'm sorry, I'm what? And you see her stop and her like voice catch in her throat. As she falls over forward with a giant blood stain on her back. Hope is holding a bloody knife.
Oh, fucking flame blade! Pass that shit. Hold it to his neck.
Did Hope get possessed while he was in that other room alone?
That was what I was going to test next, but then...
And he takes
I
the
didn't
blade
mean
and
to
like
do that.
flips.
I just meant to do the.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
No,
do that.
Hope,
I'm not actually attacking it.
I know. Hope takes the like flips the blade over to where he's grabbing it by the blade and holds over Cheese. Sorry, I borrowed this while you weren't looking.
Mama. I should kill you where you stand.
What? None of you were gonna do it.
The Sapphire's just
Has
rubbing her
anything
temple.
changed?
Well, there's no body there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
The Sapphire's just rubbing her temples, like,
No, that was I had 3 more avenues. One was hope because he took a little while to get through there. But the problem is, we can't tell if he's ever if a doppelganger ever takes his place.
Aquos puts the hand on Jesus' shoulder.
Me. I'm gonna test the wall I believe to be the tapestry again.
You don't. It's still just a wall there.
Okay, still just a wall, so that fixed nothing.
No, let us. At which point, Lessla will turn her dagger on and go to where they first found Lucinda.
Cheese is going to dispel the flame blade.
Look, someone had to do what needed to be done.
I don't
So
need
I
any
did.
words from you.
Whatever.
If you want to give an explanation, give it to somebody who cares.
He shrugs and continues on his way. Are you all following Lessla?
Cheese is
Sapphire,
staying here for the moment.
Aquos will remain here for the moment.
Sapphire's also gonna stick around. She's just rubbing her temples because this is just. She's trying to figure out how the hell to get out of this situation.
My light.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just the dagger light?
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's where they went.
Is everyone else following Lessla?
Yep, I thought so.
At the moment, no. Cheese, Corvus, and Sapphire, I think, are staying behind.
Sapphire is leaning against the wall that was once the tapestry, just rubbing her temples.
So, yeah, Lessla, you get up here, and you see a young woman with short blonde hair, holding a lantern, kind of desperately looking around in the darkness.
That's
Very
hysterical.
same scene.
Oh. At this point, Lessla will, because she has the light on, will call out and say, "Hello? Are you sapient?"
Thank the gods. You don't know how happy I am to see another person.
Yes, yes. We've been through this before. I'm going to experiment something, and Lesla's just going to stab her.
You okay? you stab her, and what's the same? She crumples down and falls into the mist,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't see a body.
How long does it take for her to reform?
I mean, you don't see her reform here.
Alright.
I swear to God, if she reforms by us.
I should reform what we can't see.
Yes, that's the thing. We need to be okay. I have an idea. Lesla's gonna run back, and she can run back. Where the fuck is everyone?
Are you gonna run back? Are you gonna run back there and then run back up?
So
Is that
no,
what you're doing?
no. Lesla's gonna run back and say, "We need people in all full in every on against every wall."
I'll stay here.
I'll go to the other side, I guess. Can you explain why you're suggesting this before we go?
Because Lucinda reformed to the north of us.
What did you do?
I stabbed her to experiment, and she disappeared again. And before I did that, I confirmed that she had no memory of anything that happened before this.
And are you asking us to kill her if we see her again?
Well, effectively. It's not really killing if they're not alive. At which point, Lessla will...
I
going
really
north.
hate this place. She's just saying that under her breath as she walks by, just repeatedly. I hate this. I hate this place so much. Rubbing her temples.
She'll also tell the others, because she doesn't know if it's like a radius thing, to spread out so that we're kind of equidistant along each corner.
I was just gonna go like more towards the middle of the corridor.
Yeah.
So that way I can see the most hallway at once. Which is very difficult. But I'm on the left wall.
Yeah. Has anyone?
I do not like this place.
None of us do. Now go pick a wall.
I imagine if need be, flowers would be helping.
See, as Corvus, as you say that, you see for the first time you've ever seen Corvus, his face is just a face of pure hurt. Like a child who's just been scolded, a child who's just been insulted by a pet, like someone who he cared about.
You don't need to keep patrolling, Lessla.
I'm going to keep
I'm
controlling.
sorry.
Okay, assume Hope is just following you.
Okay.
But yeah, you just look of pure hurt, and he kind of goes, and you see at a moment he blinks. His face just slowly returns to his normal blank expression. Starts walking away.
Cheese opens her mouth to say something, but she knows that the only thing that she has right now is vitriol and rage. It would not be a good idea. She's wiser than that.
Corvus will draw up a torch at the corner, light it with Druidcraft as he's walking.
Oh, hey, Vale.
Mhm.
Just to let you know, and he'll I imagine Corvus will just keep doing this.
Mhm.
So let's walk
He's
torch
just
at the corner.
sitting here.
I just imagine like we're like I'm starting at the bottom left corner. He's starting in the
Mhm.
upper left corner. We're just passing each other by constantly.
So every time he gets into a point of like out of the dim light radius of the torch, he'll walk 40 feet and then drop another torch. So you tell me how many torches that will take. Because I can't see the whole map. I can't see the whole
That's
map.
a good question.
Way too many.
Every light source you put down is a torch, so you can just do that.
I know. I don't feel like doing all that. It's also going to lag out the map.
Fair.
Yeah, okay. So just basically the whole corridor is all lit up.
How many torches do you have?
I have 8 in total.
It's going to take more than 8.
All 8 are dropped. But everyone can see what Corvus is doing when they see it.
Okay. So this entire section of the corridor on the bottom is lit up.
Anyone who looks down the corridor will see any of those corridors in the square will see this light.
Oh.
Of course, once he's lit up this half of the place, done his job, he sits down and recollects himself.
Well. While we're here, Lessla will look to Hope and say, "So why did it take you so long to step through the tapestry?"
You walked through a wall and vanished.
Yes, Lessla says, as if it's not the first time that's happened. Because it's not. That's kind of a regular thing for this party, actually.
Mhm. That ain't normal to most people.
It's happened on almost every single adventure we've had.
He just stares at you for a good long while, looking up at you.
Now, I guess I'll walk around and see if anyone has seen her. And Lessla will do an entire lap.
You see the just the illuminated corridor coursing down the center.
Is anyone going to follow Lessla when she starts making her lap? Because Hope is going to follow Lessla.
I don't know if she's there, I'm just saying.
Well,
Hello.
Lesla's going to lap around the entire place.
Why are you doing a lap?
Because I'm seeing things. If you can't just be... Why is he sitting there gloomfully?
It's Corvus. What do you expect?
Not gloom.
Out of curiosity, are Sapphire and Vale going to follow Lessla as she continues? Well, is Sapphire going to, rather?
Well, besides getting the answer, if I'm looking around, I don't really have anything else to go off of, so I will just stay put. Because I don't
Okay.
think I see much of a reason if we're supposed to make sure Lucinda doesn't respawn.
Where? God damn it!
You know, I have no idea where Lessla is. I'm just assuming Lucinda appeared again.
At which point, Lessla walks past Lucinda, doesn't say anything, and keeps going.
Wait. Hang on a minute. And she starts like following after you.
At which point, Lessla, it's going to say is, you're cursed. We're all stuck here because of you. We've been through this twice already.
She just like freezes mid-step.
And you don't have any way of removing the curse from yourself. And you're probably some sort of construct, because we have stabbed you twice, and both times you've reappeared here. At which point, Lessla will stop and say... And she'll look at... she'll go back and say, hold up. And she'll look at Lucinda and tell her to get into the exact pose they saw her in on the tapestry. Pointing the... Is it a bullseye lantern or a regular lantern?
It's like a bullseye, but it's four-sided.
Okay, yeah, she'll say point the lantern at the wall there.
She's just kind of collapsed to her knees, and she's just sitting there.
Ah, damn it. Okay, well, that didn't work. Stab.
Fucking Christ.
You stab her again, and she like clutches the wound and falls.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ignore the walking around, because she's gonna do another lap, and she's gonna explain what's happening as she's walking by to each person, and then get back here.
I swear to God, if you end up stabbing her every time you see her while you're doing this lap,
we have
Is
to
everyone
reset
gonna
it.
follow? Are people gonna follow Lessla now or no?
if the experiment is over, then yes.
Well, no.
Oh.
But, if you want to follow me now, because she's always appearing here. And she only appears
She hasn't
here.
been told to move, so she's not moving yet.
Okay. The next time Lessla gets there, she will look to Lucinda and say look, we've been through this multiple times. We know you're a cleric of Azuth. Please point the lantern at that wall. And hold this exact pose, and she'll explain it.
Wait. How do you know who I am?
It's a story that if I told you, we just have to do this again in 5 minutes.
That seems rather convenient for you.
Trust me, it's not.
Surely it can't take very long for you to explain it to me. And you're the first person I've seen down here in 12 days.
Yes, and it's slowly going to turn into 13. Effectively, I think we're stuck in some sort of chronergy loop.
I see. Okay, I see. That both makes a lot of sense and also very little.
Well, that's what happens when you mess with time. So, if you would please perform my experiment, see if it works.
Why would this idea of yours, why would it work?
Because when we first
I
entered
don't
here,
understand.
we were looking at a tapestry of you holding the lantern. I'm trying to see if we can if we recreate the tapestry, we might create the entrance.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I be tied to this
Because you were the first
any
one in
more
here.
than you are? You can see the wheels turn. And as they begin to turn, you actually see her form flicker a little bit.
Oh. I need you to really think. It's been 3 days since you've had water or food.
And while the GM tries to fix something, give me a moment. And just borrow her token.
Uh-oh.
If something is not doing what it's supposed to do.
I think I activated something. No, I should just...
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it wasn't behaving like it's supposed to. But no, you repeat what you asked her to do.
She's telling her to take the exact pose that she had in the tapestry and point the lantern at the wall.
But just now specifically.
She needs her to think about it. How long has it been since she's been without food? Really think about it. How many laps has she done? How long does it take her to do a lap? How many times has she fallen asleep?
I don't remember falling asleep.
Is it possible for a normal
I
human?
don't remember eating. At all. And you once again see the form flicker.
Huh.
And oh right. Yeah, no, you once again see the form flicker and shift.
What is the last thing you remember coming into here?
I don't. When I really think about it, I don't.
I need you to focus. Who are you? Because I do not believe you are Lucinda.
And she starts to really, really think.
Man, this
After a while, like you can see her like she starts like pacing back and forth as she does this. Like she's put the lantern down. She's like really, really thinking at this point. Whatever is going on, you're breaking it. I don't know how you're doing it, but you are.
We're breaking it. I need you to focus. Who are your parents?
I remember them. I remember their names. And they are mine. I am real. Or I was. Maybe.
You may have been once. But Lucinda is not the person I am speaking to, is it?
No, it is, but something isn't right. You are speaking to me, but something is off.
Was there someone else here with you?
No, I don't remember anyone else. I was the only one. What year is it?
We'll give the year.
That's right, but it isn't right.
What year feels right?
I don't know. That isn't it. You're very right. It has to be chronology. That's the only thing it could be.
Well, that's if it were chronology. I believe that you are not Lucinda. I believe transmutation has shifted you away from who you are. An illusion is keeping your mind stuck as Lucinda.
Lessla, you hear the voice in your head starting to try and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you try the orb?
Lessla will hold the orb out and says, I want you to focus on this.
What is it?
Well, it
Because
was...
it looks very sinister.
It probably is. It's... Long story short, it's a potential phylactery. I used it to free someone's soul from a demi-lich. And it might be able to free yours from here.
I understand. Okay. So, what do I need to do?
Well, in my experience, you just have to really want to be inside the orb.
That will be very hard to do.
No, don't think of it as wanting to be inside the orb, but think of it as about not wanting to be where you are.
Now, that is much easier.
Yes,
Do I place a hand on it, or...?
that might make it easier.
She nods, and she reaches out her hand to touch it. And closes her eyes.
I'm going to look at Hope. Is he preparing to stab her again?
Well, he doesn't have a knife anymore, so... Remember, he doesn't have one of his own.
Oh, fair.
That's why he took Cheese's.
Oh, that's why he walked over to where Cheese was at.
Mm-hmm.
God, that must have been a godly sleight of hand check.
It was
Yeah.
a very good sleight of hand check. That's that's called having expertise in that skill.
Yeah. All right. So, what's happening?
So you feel the orb actually like pull itself to her hand. Like something is trying to be drawn to it.
Okay. Lessla will try mentally communicating to Zelnora, if possible, will say, help me focus on drawing it into the orb.
So you know there's really not much you can do to focus to help.
Yeah, I know. But you know, I can try.
There's also a possibility if you try and focus on have Zelenora focus on it, that she might go back in.
Yeah, that's always a risk. But you know, risk it for the biscuit. Zelnora's choice.
Okay. She's going to decline.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Mm-hmm.
Lessla is much more confident when she's.
But yeah, whatever this is pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something pulling on the orb.
Yep, Lessla will keep a hold of the orb quite firmly, not letting it escape her grasp.
Are you just holding it, or are you trying to pull it back?
I'm holding it there.
Okay. Yeah, you can still feel that force is trying to do something, but it's not quite working. Like whatever's trying to go in is being held back.
Alright, focus on what's happened in the last 3 days. You haven't slept.
Won't that interfere?
Just try it. You haven't slept, you haven't eaten, you haven't drank anything. That is not normal now, is it?
It isn't. It isn't. All right, I'll try.
Trying to get that goddamn flicker to happen again. I don't want to reset this. I'm tired of stabbing her.
Yeah, it's the flicker's not happening again, but the pull is like getting stronger and stronger.
Okay. God. Lessla will continue speaking, and I'm going to do something risky, as per usual. Certified rec moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna let go of the orb.
It is stuck to her hand.
Mm-hmm. And I will continue to say try to get her to focus on the things that are, you know what? Maybe they have to be forcibly ripped away. Maybe it's not her that it's stuck to, but
Yeah, I will also say at this point, everyone, at this point, it's been a while since you last saw Lessla.
Yeah.
Who said she was coming back.
Yep.
So do with that what you will.
Lessla will start pulling on the orb, trying to see if she can't physically rip the two things apart.
You do so, and you see a like spectral hand come out, separate from her hand.
All right. Lucinda, I need you to use all of your strength to pull away from the orb.
I'll do what I can. Why me?
You're the one that's here.
And I'm starting to regret it. He grabs hold of your wrist.
Yep.
With both hands.
All together now.
Yeah, no, you see her pull away, and for a brief instant, there's another spectral image there, whereas her face loses any and all color entirely.
Lucinda's?
Yes.
Alright.
and then you see this one linger for a moment before vanishing inside the orb.
Hello?
Yeah, where Lucinda stood now stands a, it looks like almost a snow sculpture.
Huh.
Did it work?
Are you Lucinda?
I think so.
Huh. I think it worked. Do you see the sculpture? I'm a goddamn Pokemon trader at this point.
The sculpture is what's talking
Oh,
to
the
you.
sculpture's talking. Oh. Can you move?
You see the eyes open, although again it is just a blank, snowy form, and the hand rolls down. Same as always, I think.
Let us go return to the others. You may want to stay with me. Someone might stab you.
I'll do what I can.
Yep. Lesla's gonna make the rounds, and
See if I can do something.
she's going to continue like examining the orb, trying to see if there's a form in it.
Yes, I can do this. Let's see. Does this work? No, not really. Yeah, there we go. That kind of works.
Great. I love it. I hate it. All right.
Everyone else, it's been a while since you last saw Lessla.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Didn't even
heading
look.
back this way towards Cheese because, like, I'm.
You gonna talk to Corvus or no?
Hey, Corvus, we're going back to chill with Cheese,
Does
and then
not want-
maybe see what Lesla's up to.
does not want me.
What makes you say that?
He told me to leave her be.
It's been like 20 minutes. I'll check to see if she's would like your company again.
Of course, it just goes back to meditating.
5 minutes later, Lessla comes by with an ice sculpture walking by her.
He's just meditating.
Hey, Cheese.
Hmm.
Would you mind Corvus's company again? He seems to think you don't want him around.
I was harsh to him. And I spoke out of anger.
I'll take that as a yes. Hey, Corvus. You can come back now.
He's in full meditation.
Gonna back up a bit and use my invisible mage hand to gently tap his knee, because I assume he's sitting down.
Yeah.
Like lotus
Yeah.
pull on lotus pose?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, gently tap his knee with the invisible mage hand.
But I feel it.
I was about to myself. I'm like, I don't want to get punched.
Yeah,
I
I'd say you
pulled-
would.
Well, I pulled in the place I'm still trying to contact.
You have not been yet.
Okay. Eyes open. Because normally Corvus' eyes snap open when he's alerted to something, but they open slowly. He glances in the direction of his knee, spins the blade around and stabs in that location.
It's just me. It's just me. Hands are up. It's just me. It's all right for you to come back now, all right?
Let's see.
Okay. She relaxes, like, I'm so glad I used the invisible mage hand.
So you can. Corvus is back to his normal demeanor, but there's something It's not unfamiliar. It's actually very familiar. He seems similar to when you first met him.
She will pause right here. Are you all right? Come on, you gotta open up a little bit. I look at Cheese expecting her to apologize. Honestly, her eyes kind of plead that, like, please. He's reverted back to original Corvus. We can't have this.
Whenever we get out of here, if you would permit it, I would like to speak to you alone. And she's going to look to Corvus.
As you wish.
It's about this point Lessla will start getting back.
After collecting everyone.
Well, everyone else is already back there, so if you try and collect everyone first, you'll just find nobody.
Yeah. That's
Take it
the funny point. So everyone's back. I probably come from the south, or actually.
It's the illuminated corridor.
Yeah, the illuminated corridor. Like, what the hell?
Oh no, I took too long. Everyone's gone.
We found the way out.
Point Lessla comes by and says, I think I may have gotten us one step closer to the solution to this problem. I also may have collected another soul.
Question. Hello.
Hmm?
I know. Would Corvus know what a simulacrum?
You may have read about them.
I know they're made of snow.
Or a similar substance. You may have come across that idea just as a concept.
He looks
It
at
is
the
something
snow.
that can exist.
Looks at the snow lady.
Mm-hmm.
It just says that makes sense.
Alright, well, so, ground rules. She doesn't actually know any of us at this point. It seems that whenever we reset the loop, it resets her memory of events. I ripped a soul out of her. And it's in this now, and she holds up the phylactery. It still has not responded to me. Are you in there?
You can feel a presence, but it's a lot weaker than what you got from
Yeah, so it's
Zelenora.
it needs some time to rest.
If I had to guess, it says it's very. I think you can hear it. It's like his voice is. Actually, probably the Lessla, it's the same as it always is, except for that one time he talked to her and his hand on her shoulder and stuff like that, where it sounded softer. Points to the snow woman. I've heard of things referred to as simulacrum. They are usually made of moldable materials such as snow. At least from what I've read.
I think this is a bit more involved than us. Oh my. Lucinda, did you create a Morgan?
A what?
That's like real old magic.
Yes, but it was rediscovered 300 years ago.
Depends.
Depends.
Depends if that's canon and whether you would know about that.
I can make an Arcana check. Morgan's not actually that difficult of a spell.
Oh, it's not. It's just it's old magic.
Yeah. It's also magic I would
But
never
she
use.
doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
Okay, well. The first time you spoke to us, you said that you were here because your order was sending you on a penitent task for fumbling around with magic. Is that
That
still
is
true?
It is one of my last real memories, yes.
And when was that?
That part is rather hazy.
Okay. Now, how did you fumble the magic?
Well, I tried to cast a spell for which I was not nowhere near well trained enough.
And that resulted in this?
That resulted in setting fire to several holy texts, and a very valuable artifact.
Oh my god.
A ruby.
No, but they did tell me that that was what I needed to retrieve.
But-
Though I'm beginning to suspect that I was actually expelled.
Cor's gonna try and think. Ruby gemstones can be spell components, but is a ruby anything specific?
Not that you know of.
You also found a ruby earlier.
Two.
Not that anyone knows, but Corvus knows.
No, yeah, I know that, and it's she said it was like a big ruby, and this is a little. It mine's like a little ruby.
Doesn't fit the description she was talking about.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't suggest it in the first place.
Alright, well, hold up. Let me see if, and I'm gonna spend the time to ritually cast Identify again. Let me see if there are any spells, anything affecting you now, besides whatever this is.
So you'll take the time. There is indeed a spell affecting. Basically, the spell is essentially holding her together.
Ah, okay. I think it identifies what spell it is.
Yes, it does. It's a spell.
So you're familiar with Simulacrum, but this is that, but it also isn't. It's like an impression of the spell.
Okay, well. Somehow, it's a modified version, as far as I can tell, of Simulacrum. More than likely, it was cast on you forcibly, and instead of creating a clone of you, it turned you into this. And more than likely,
That shouldn't be possible.
there are a lot of things that shouldn't be possible, but they keep happening, such as souls being reincarnated into new bodies, and it's a whole thing.
That's actually very possible.
Not with the reincarnation spell.
I've been told that's how elves come about.
Aside from her and him and her, do any of us look like elves?
Oh no. But it isn't unheard of.
Open the background like I can.
You be quiet. Okay, well, we're here now. We figured out that there was something bonded to you, and that's now within this. Hopefully this thing wakes up soon. I figured out that the loop restarts when we do a full lap. So I walked around this way, so I'm going to go back up north and see if there's a door. And Lessla starts making
So as you pass it, there is a tapestry here.
It's here! Zarfea!
Why just Zarfea?
She like notices as soon as like you start walking past. Like she's been looking down here the whole time, like watching everybody else. Not that.
Yeah. I knew it was right here. I knew it wasn't down there. God damn it.
Still haven't found what we were initially looking for, though.
Corvus
No.
is just climbing up the rope.
I don't care.
No, we have
He's
not.
just out. He didn't even say anything. He just, as soon as you said, it's here, he just moved like a fucking
So
man on a
Cheese, you
mission.
just walk through. Everyone just walks through.
There's
Yeah.
one last place we haven't checked, and that's the hole.
Well, hang on. As you all go and walk through, what's behind you?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
is-
the fucking tapestry.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
the tapestry you see there, except there is one key difference. What you see on the other side now is that snowy statue sitting there in plain view, smiling. You can
What
only see
kind
it
of
from like the
smile?
waist up,
What kind of smile?
like a happy, content one.
Okay.
Well,
But she isn't with us anymore.
She isn't.
No, she's just.
She
in
was
that
moving to
orb.
follow. She was moving to follow you through, but didn't.
I want to try and just stick my arm through.
Your arm doesn't go through.
it seems that the spell has ended. At which point, Lessla once again looks at the factory. And the temptation to shake it like a snow globe is so high.
You can.
I'm not
I
going
won't
to.
stop you.
Well,
But Cheese, as you do like push on it, you feel like a hollow space behind it.
She's going to look behind the tapestry.
There is a door that wasn't there before.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nope.
I'm going to open the door.
Does anyone fetch Corvus?
Yeah, Corvus, there's a door now.
If I had slow fall, I would just drop, but I don't have slow fall. He makes his way back.
Sapphire is just rubbing her temples as she's walking back to the door, like,
well, this will be great.
I'm trying to open up the door.
Yep.
Yep. You do that. The tapestry itself actually just like falls to the ground.
Kind of want to take it with us as a memory of Lucinda and the bullshit that this was, and the hour and a half we spent trying to figure out what the fucking loop was. Wait, why would I subject myself to that terror?
I don't even think we'd
Just-
carry it with us. It's like fucking wall to wall.
You can roll
Shove
it up.
Back of holding.
Yeah, bag of holding.
What is behind the door?
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to call it for this session.
I see.
Bitch! Alright. And with that, we'll call it here for today. As always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. Sorry for any technical difficulties we had today. I'm dealing with new OS. As always, stay frosty, and if you support the channel, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and ring that notification bell to get more content like this in the future.